have missed you, and welcome back. Wonderful. I've never led a church service in a football jersey before, so I'm having a moment right now. I'm having a moment. Purple looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, I like some purple. I wonder if you'll join me in our gathering litany on this fine Sunday morning. And may we awaken to the presence of God. May we awaken to the power of love. Here on this ordinary day. May we inspire a neighborhood of justice for all. Now in this ordinary time. May we daily work to build a world at peace. Now in these ordinary hands. Hey, let's rise up in body or spirit and join our voices in a beautiful song. All are welcome in this place. One of my favorites, believe it or not, and it is. Wrong one, Carolyn. Carolyn. Wrong one. Different all are welcome. Jesse Mendelbaum.
Not Jesse.
No, definitely Jesse Mendelbaum. We'll find it. We'll find it. If we had hymnals, we'd just quickly open up, but yeah, we'll get it out. Hey, in the meantime, I do have some, while you're all, standing, what we've been missing up here is we always have a pyramid, like churches have colors. Kind of missing that, aren't we? You're missing kind of tell what the liturgical season is? Yeah, I'm kind of missing having a little something up here, so I got one that I thought, those look great. This would look great up here. What do you think? I mean, does it do the job? Yeah. I think it actually works. So, it's a little big. We'll get it trimmed. I get it, but it's, I think it'll work. If you haven't figured it out yet, it is the opening of the NFL football season, and apparently that's a big deal to this place because we are going at it today. All right, are we ready? All are welcome in this place, Carolyn? Woo! Let's do it. Now you got to really sing it.
Oh
justice workers. Come on, let's shout it out. All right, please be seated. Woo, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Faith United Church of Christ on this hopefully staying dry Sunday morning here in Dunedin, Florida. And a special welcome to all of our friends online, wherever you are coming from. I hope it's a beautiful day there as well. And as we like to say, wherever you are coming to us from, for this hour at least, well, you're right here at Faith UCC. So welcome. First-time visitors, return visitors in-house with us as well. Well, to all of you to welcome, as well as to our visitors online. If you are online, you want to learn more about what we're doing here, send a note to our office at faithucc.org. We'll get you on that newsletter list and keep you apprised of all the happenings that we have going on here, which are going to start ramping up big time. Now we're getting into the fall and the program year. And the same goes for anyone here visiting with us. We're delighted to have you with us in space today. And we have a book in the foyer under the TV, the monitor in there. You can write your information and we'll get you on that same newsletter list and keep you apprised of all of the happenings. It's a joyful day today. We're kind of just going to we're trying to try and keep things a little bit lighter today. Last week was a little bit heavy since we had the shooting in Minneapolis we were talking about. So today, we're going to focus on football a little bit, and we're going to talk about some stories, not from the field, but from what some players are doing off the field, because that's where the hope is, and that's where the good stuff is. So I'm going to share a hometown favorite that I know many of you know, two hometown favorites, I think, actually, because he's got some Atlanta Falcon connection there, too. So yeah, this should be, I hope you find this a meaningful service today. Have any quick joys? Joys. Today we are concluding our Dunedin Cares August food drive. We have a whole bunch of prizes up here for all of you that brought in 20 pounds. I think we're going to do that after the service, right, Sue and Joan? You're going to pull names after the service, and we've got like 10 prizes up here. There's great stuff from the Pride Games and some other stuff, cool tumblers, Honeymoon Island tumbler up here. That's a hot one, I know that. So some cool stuff. So thanks for all of you. We were well over 1,000 pounds. I didn't get the exact total, but like 1,300 pounds, I think, something like that. Plus probably some cash donations as well. So Dunedin Cares thanks you for all of your donations. And let's just keep them coming. Let's just keep making this a mission of what we do here. We feed our community because they sure do need it. Yeah, Maureen, I saw a hand back there.
We've been buying carrots, and if we have an overabundance of little bananas, wonderful bananas from the banana trees, and they welcome, you ask them about fresh fruit if you have an overabundance of produce at your home. Oh.
Great, that's good to know, because you never know if they take that stuff.
They take avocados.
Great, wonderful. Okay, yeah. So go out to your trees later today and start pulling off all the fruits and bring them on over. Yeah, Julie?
Just take it there, don't bring it here.
Yeah, take it there, though. Bring it there on a drop-off day. Good idea. Yeah, because if it sits outside for a couple days before someone gets to it, Martin checks almost every day, but it might sit in here, and we don't want that as well. Same thing with bread. I know it's nice to drop off bread and things like that, but you just got to be careful, like when it is dropped off, what the date is on it, and how long it might sit outside before some critters get to it before it comes inside. And then when it gets over there, because we only do a drop-off once a week. It's generally every Saturday, right, Dunedin Cares folks? Every Saturday morning for the most part. So if you have something like bread or things like that during the week, you can just go to their website and look at their drop-off times, and you can drop it off right there, and they will love to 9 to 12, Monday through Friday. There you go. You don't even have to go to the website. Boom. We have Google right here in-house with us. Chat GPT, Julie GPT is right here.
Minimal talk.
Do we have any other joys anybody would like to celebrate this day? Are there any other joys? Oh, come on. Are we going to get like banned for that now? Copyright violation? Besides the start of the NFL season, which I know many of you love, and others are like, blah, you know, like, hey, that's a joy to many of us. But yeah, Marge?
Happy Grandparents' Day.
Was it Grandparents' Day? Yeah, happy Grandparents' Day. Happy Grandparents' Day, absolutely. That's a joy. My wife has a birthday. Oh, God, when is it? It's this week. Hi, dear. My wife has a birthday on Wednesday of this week, yes. So happy birthday to her. And anybody else? I know, Glenn, you had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you as well. Another trip around the sun, yeah.
Cindy has a birthday on Wednesday.
All right, Cindy's got a birthday. Cindy, happy birthday to you on Wednesday. Same as mine. What's the date on that? The 3rd, right? That's the 3rd, right?
That was last week.
Oh, 10th, the 10th. I'm just digging my hole deeper. The 10th. Our anniversary's on the 3rd. I'm mixing up the dates, folks. Cut me some slack here. I'm trying.
My daughter was on the 1st.
Hey, happy birthday to you. Bonnie, happy birthday. Any other joys you might want to lift up this fine day? It's a joy to be here with all of you, that's for sure. And it is good to come together and laugh and just, when the world just seems so heavy all the time, it's just nice to have a place just to come and be with people that love and care and just want to make the world a better place. So that is my joy for this day. I wonder if you'll join me in just a moment of centering ourselves, and let's invite you to take some centering breaths. As Ellery said a few weeks ago, breathe in, breathe out. We can use our breath to center us in moments of peace, and breathe in a sense of joy and goodness and hope and laughter. And try and let go of some of that anxiety as you breathe out. And I know we all carry a lot of it in these days, not to mention our lists and our busyness and all that stuff to do. We just try and let that go in this time. I pray these words from the wonderful Celtic theologian John Philip Newell, his Sunday morning meditations. So let us watch this morning for the light that the darkness cannot overcome. Let us watch for the fire that was in the beginning and that burns still in the brilliance of the rising sun. And let us watch for the glow of life that gleams in the growing earth and glistens in sea and sky. Let us watch for your light, O God, in the eyes of every one and every living creature, and in the ever-living flame of our own souls. If the grace of seeing are ours this day, let us glimpse you in all that lives. Grant us the grace of seeing this day. Grant us the grace of being this day. Amen. Let us journey ever deeper into our time of worship with the voices of our choir.
I believe, two words that ripple through time like a spell cast across the ages. For millennia, souls have risked everything for the unseen, not for proof, but for presence, not for certainty, but for meaning. Why? Because belief is the bridge between silence and song. It's the pulse between the chaos, the whisper in the void. Even now, it stirs. Call it spirit, call it source. It's the force that spreads purpose through the fabric of our days. Where there is dissonance, it hums. Where there is fracture, it weaves. Where there is shadow, it paints with light. But it didn't.
What's that I hear? I still hear that music day after day. That song goes on. For once you know the source of music, you'll always hear it. God gave the song. Come on and join. It's the song of Jesus. Day after day, the song goes on.
Our reading today is one of the most ignored scripture passages in Protestant churches, not even appearing in the lectionary. It comes from a letter that Martin Luther wanted stripped from the Bible as it challenged his view of by faith alone we go. Hear these words from the letter of James, whom many believe to be the brother of Jesus and the leader of the church in Jerusalem. The letter's words in this day and age of quote unquote thoughts and prayers paint a very different picture of what Christianity should look like. This is James 2, verses 14 to 18 from the Message translation. Dear friends, do you think you'll get anywhere in this if you learn all the right words but never do anything? Does merely talking about faith indicate that a person really has it? For instance, you come upon an old friend dressed in rags and half-starved and say, "Good morning, friend. Be clothed in Christ. Be filled with the Holy Spirit," and walk off without providing so much as a coat or a cup of soup. Where does that get you? Isn't it obvious that God talk without God acts is outrageous nonsense? I can already hear one of you agreeing by saying, "Sounds good. You take care of the faith department. I'll handle the works department." Not so fast. You can no more show me your works apart from your faith than I can show you my faith apart from my works. Faith and works, works and faith fit together hand in glove.
That was a great reading. That was a very wonderful rendition. You channeled your inner James on that one. I could feel it. And who would have thought we would have gotten Jeff Goldblum here to read that part in the song? Does Michael Stark not look like Jeff Goldblum and sounds like Jeff Goldblum? He really does. There's some pictures you'll see of him sometimes. You're like, that's Jeff Goldblum. And it's a great day. Get Jeff here to read for us. Whew. So what good is it, my brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but do not have works? Can faith save you? For brother or sister is naked and lacks daily food, and one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm, and eat your fill," and yet you do not supply their bodily needs, what is the good of that? So faith by itself, if it has no works, is dead, says the more traditional translation in the letter of James. A letter from the Newer Testament that has been on my mind a lot, heart and mind a lot as of late, because it is increasingly apparent that we live in a day and age where, James would not, I don't think he'd be all too happy right now with all the lip service that action gets from so many Christians today. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. I'm sending up my thoughts and prayers, and I'm going to send more thoughts and prayers, and I'm going to send some more thoughts and prayers. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to send you some more thoughts and some prayers. Yeah. This is the day and age of thoughts and prayers. And it has gotten us, as James warned, nowhere. And I loved how the Message summed that up at the end there. Isn't it obvious that God talk without God acts is outrageous nonsense? Or as you'll hear next week, when we delve more in depth to this really important letter, which we're going to do, he says, say at the end, separate faith and works, and you get the same thing, a corpse. James' words, not mine. I have a feeling James would have a lot to say to those who say they just send up thoughts and prayers. I don't know, in the wake of, say, lots of gun violence happening, kids getting shot, yet do nothing at all. Pick your issue. Yet do nothing at all to alleviate the suffering of the people. It's become woefully apparent that so much of Christianity today that advocates with prayers only is exactly as James called it, a corpse. But I digress. Now, I said next week we'll delve more into this fascinating letter that Martin Luther literally wanted to rip from the Bible. He hated this letter. He hated it because well, today, okay, we'll get to that in a second, but today I just want to keep things a little more upbeat, and I want to focus on some stories, not of pain like we did last week in the Minneapolis shooting, but I want to focus on other stories of purpose, of hope, of a faith that is active, alive, and changing lives in the process. And because today is kind of a national holiday like today for many people, known as the official start of the football season, I thought we'd delve into the other more important stories that don't necessarily revolve around football, but also that happen to linger around the periphery of football through some of the off-field actions of some players that are living their faith through action and doing really some amazing good in the world. So here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to hang on to that James reading. Just think about it a little bit, because we're going to hit it hard next week. And we're going to explore, was James Jesus' brother, as many believe? Many scholars believe that. Others argue that he wasn't. So we'll explore that. We're going to explore, why did Luther hate this book so much? That he wanted to rip it right out of the Bible. Why do you want to go Thomas Jefferson? Although he was before Thomas Jefferson. So either way, you want to rip things right out of the Bible and create his own. He hated this book. And what does it tell us about how to live? This book tells us about how to live the Jesus way life. And here's a big question. Why don't most Christians ever hear anything from this book? She Protestants. Why isn't it in a lectionary? Interesting. So we're going to delve into that. And finally, also, why, I'm just going to say this, why do I believe that Martin Luther is not anyone to be held in esteem at all, by us today especially, and is directly responsible, I'm going to lay it at his feet, for the carnage that continues to happen in our communities in terms of things like gun violence and climate change and a whole host of other societal ills because of how people see their faith. How's that for a cliffhanger? And also, let me preface this sermon today by saying that even though I'm wearing, for the first time, an NFL jersey, and many of you, and I love the game, I do. I love the game of football in so many ways. I also just want to preface it that I have my problems with this game as well, mainly in how it shut down the incredibly important dialogue that Colin Kaepernick, who I consider a prophet today, was trying to open around racism and police violence. I have done entire sermons. If you've been here, you've heard them on Cap, and laid out my admiration for him and fault the NFL and its all too often greedy owners for choosing money over the chance to be leaders and making some real change in this nation when it comes to racism and police violence. And I will always carry that with me into every new season, with the hopes, that Cap is going to be remembered as someone of far greater significance than the very game that he gave his life to play and then was banned for his views from. Because that's really what happened. He was banned from playing in the NFL. So if you'd like a copy of that last sermon I did on him, I'd be happy to share it with you, or maybe I'll put it into a podcast form for easy listening, because I hold Colin Kaepernick in the highest of esteem. So I just want to say that before we talk about some football stuff. The toy department, as we called it last week. So today we are celebrating the return of a pastime that many of you love so dearly, but we're not going to do so by talking about touchdowns or stats or greatness on the field. No, we're going to talk about what greatness looks like off of the field. That's right, I want to journey into the stories of two players who are both great football players and both people of faith, but who live more the James lifestyle and realize that just praying for the world to change, well, you know what? It's just really not going to get us anywhere. Action is. They recognize this. And one is a local hero that many of you know if you're a hometown Buccaneers fan, who has a mission in life to get as many struggling families into new furnished, stocked homes as he possibly can in his life through his charity that he started as a rookie called Homes for the Holidays. Anybody ever heard of it? Yeah, awesome. This is a longtime Tampa Bay running back, Warwick Dunn. And it is his story that is so inspiring because his faith is so full of action. Second player is likely one not as familiar to you. It's a tight end. He was a tight end for the Chargers. He's been on a few different teams, but that doesn't matter because he's been instrumental in sharing his struggles with mental health and especially suicide, and working hard to use his platform to change the lives of young people struggling like he did. His name is Hunter Hayden, and especially during this month, which is Suicide Awareness Month, what September is, his story is both moving and it's necessary. So let's start with Hunter and an issue that touches all of us in one way or another. Hunter Hayden was a standout athlete as a child. See him up there. He lived in Jacksonville. He excelled in baseball, especially, and he was heading towards a career in the major leagues until mental health struggles in high school, or actually, as he was drafted by by Pittsburgh. All of a sudden, he had these mental health struggles, and they affected his ability for some reason to throw the baseball. And he was crushed, and anxiety crushed his confidence and led him into deep depression, and he started turning to drugs and alcohol, and he began to go to those as medications to numb his pain, unbeknownst to anybody, because he kept everything inside. He didn't tell anybody about this. But he was a gifted athlete, so he decided not to give up on sports, and he switched to football after only playing 1 year in high school. He switched to football, and he earned a place at the University of South Carolina. But he was still really depressed from the failure of his baseball career and the expectations that had laid on him. He was using more drugs and more alcohol. His depression deepened, and he attempted to commit suicide.
Mike, can you say it was Hayden Hurst?
Hayden Hurst, what'd I say?
Hunter Hayden.
Oh, I keep saying, I don't know why I keep saying that. Hayden Hurst. It's up on the screen there. He said, his quote, "I wanted out. I fought for so long, and I wanted it to be over. But for some reason, I got a second chance at this thing." That doesn't always happen. So Hayden took advantage of it, that second chance, and eventually was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 2018 in the first round. And he's had a pretty decent career on the field, but what he's really known for is what he's done off the field. You see, early on in his career, Hurst decided that he wanted to give back in a very personal way, in a way that not a lot of people were doing. And so he decided to share his story widely. Not an easy thing to do, to share mental health struggles in a tough guy sport like the NFL. But he decided, I'm going to do it anyways because I want to help people. So he started a foundation and shared his story, and a foundation for suicide prevention to help young people especially have the tools and the foundations for handling anxiety and learning how to deal with that stuff. And today, the Hayden Hurst, God, why do I keep saying Hunter? I don't get it. Today, the Hayden Hurst Foundation is instrumental in advocating for mental health awareness and suicide prevention and veterans support services. Those are his things. Their work is routinely found in elementary schools and middle schools where kids often begin, as sad as this is in this day and age, to struggle, with these issues. But it's also found amongst veterans dealing with mental health issues as well, especially in training support dogs. Big thing for him and his foundation. His story shared through a movie and documentary called Breaking the Stigma about his struggles with depression and suicide have inspired countless people to seek help amidst their own struggles. And he's using his story for the best. He's putting it into action. He's putting his faith into action. He's literally changing lives. In fact, there's a moving scene in the movie Breaking the Stigma. You can watch it on YouTube. It's out there, or on the Hayden Hurst Foundation